You might have heard about Zed. It's a new code editor from the creators of Atom. Zed is basically a high performance and multiplayer code editor. It's open source and built on the top of Rust. Let's download it and try it. I'm running an Apple Mac, so I'm downloading for macOS. I have installed it. Let's open it. Zed actually opened pretty quickly. When you open it for the first time, you have to open a project. I will open a random project. For performance enthusiasts out there, its startup time is very quick and it's best among different editors. Also, its memory footprint is almost half of VS Code. It also supports GitHub Copilot out of the box. And it's language aware. I wanted to know how Zed works with different types of languages. So I created a project with CSS, JS, text, HTML and Python file. First I opened a file with JavaScript code. Current font size is too small, so I will zoom in a little bit. It provides suggestions pretty quickly. It will also show different methods and functions pretty quickly. Here it is showing all different methods of JavaScript console. It looks out for MDN reference to get all the methods. I like this minimal and clean suggestion system inside Zed. If you compare its suggestion system to VS Code, so much happening here. At the end, VS Code even shows some suggestions which are not directly related to this function. But Zed will not show you any other methods or keywords which are not directly related to this particular function. One very interesting thing I noticed that you can zoom in excessively inside Zed. Inside VS Code, you can simply hide your sidebar by clicking on this icon inside activity bar, or can simply drag the sidebar to the left and it will be automatically hidden. But inside Zed, there is no activity bar on the left. To hide it, you have to simply drag it on the left hand side and it will be hidden. I wrote an array and it's showing me the array methods. On the right hand side, it provides the information what this method does. For example, concat combines two or more arrays and then entry returns an iterable of key value pairs, and it also gives information about every method. If it is an object, it will show object properties or methods. If it is a string, it will provide string methods. It also formats your code when you save it. For example, if you have single quotation on saving, it will convert them into double quotation marks. Also, semicolons are automatically added. But inside VS Code, if you want to format on save, you have to manually select it from the settings. To open default key bindings, just click on this set file menu and then preference, then open default key bindings. There are lots of key bindings and shortcuts that you can use to increase your productivity and efficiency at work. To open default settings of Zed, just click on the Zed file menu and then preference, then open default settings. By default, the theme of Zed is one dark. Base key map is similar to VS Code. Then inside features, Copilot is enabled. To create your own custom settings, you can click on the Zed file menu and then preferences, then open settings. This is the place where you can set all your custom settings. For example, you can set the setting for auto save. It is off by default. You can change it to on focus change or on window change. So this way, when you change the focus from your code, it will be automatically saved. Different themes are available to choose from. Select any theme, for example IO Dark, and then press enter and then press Ctrl+S to save, and your theme will be applied. UI font size is the size of the text inside your sidebar, top bar and other areas. You can increase it to something like 20 and then save it, and you can see the text is now bigger. Inside VS Code, selecting different themes is very easier. You can select the themes in real time inside VS Code, so that's a great feature. You can open a terminal inside Zed by clicking on this terminal panel icon inside status bar, and then your terminal will be opened. This is a Next.js project, so I will run npm run dev inside our terminal and then press enter, and our Next.js project is started. A new terminal window can be opened by clicking on this plus icon, so this will open a new terminal window. These terminal tabs can be closed by clicking on this close icon. Zed has an inbuilt support for GitHub Copilot. You have to just click on this icon GitHub Copilot inside status bar and then click sign in. Then you have to connect it to your own GitHub. If you have an active subscription to GitHub Copilot, then you can use it in your editor. There is an even inbuilt feature for collaboration. You have to just click on this collab panel icon, and with this you can work with your team in real time with collaborative editing, voice, shared notes and more.